Hey, what's up? Let me give y'all a minute to come in here. It's your man Rico. My Facebook page is Rico the Opinionist. Rico the Opinionist. How you spell that? RICOTheOpinionist. Rico the Opinionist. I know here it says Rico is so opinionated. Yeah, it's spelled REEKO. But anyway, who cares? But I'm on all TikTok, Facebook, and what's the other? Instagram. But I did a video on this posing questions about, brothers getting passports and brothers traveling abroad. I've always known about these groups, and hey, for me it is what it is. They have their reasons. I even have a YouTube video talking about this. I went into more, in depth as relates to my thoughts about it. But, even after that, I felt I needed to come back to pose the question again, but maybe in a different way. What is all this hatinous energy towards black men who travel abroad for whatever reason? But they're saying, we're trying to find femininity. Those who celebrate us and don't tolerate us. Just to be exposed to other cultures. Why does this bother so many people? Then you have men who decided, y'all heard of the group called MGTOW? Men going their own way. It started off as a bunch of white men who just had it with the behaviors of, I guess, white women and women in America, women in general. And black men realized, we're under that same spell. And so there you have MGTOW that has black dudes in it. And you have MGTOW monk and incels. MGTOW monk are those who take vows, I guess. Incels are those who are not even sexually active. That's how turned off they are. And of course you have what's called an overall manosphere. And then you have the black manosphere. I don't know where I fit into any of that. All I know is I'm 53. I was a young man in the 90s. I was a teenager in the 80s, having a blast. And I was a young man in the 90s when I was in college. And after college, I was heading to clubs, having fun, casual fun and all of that, but just never got that deep. I guess after when 99, 2000 hit, I guess there was a switch in society as relates to behaviors and dating and all of that stuff, because it is really taking a deep dive into nowhere land almost. But I'm not that abysmal in my thinking. I think there's some women still left here in this, well as a lot of decent old school behaving and thinking men. But you know how they say one apple spoils the whole cart? Well, these days, it's not just one apple. Hell, it's half the barrel now. I know this, so I'm not coming off as naive. But my point is, why is it such a problem when there's a group of young men and older men? But a lot of these guys are young. And so that means they learned something before we learned it, or they woke up from this matrix that a lot of us who are over 45, we were caught up in, being these gentlemen and what they refer to now as simps. But, y'all forgive me because I'm almost at a loss for words, but they're coming. Well, what is this thing? What is it about these men? By the way, I've checked them out over the years. I'm even part of some of these passport groups and black men travel groups. I'm on there out of curiosity, learning some things, and learning exactly what makes these guys tick. They're not an anomalous group, but they're not some quote-unquote weird occurrences in our race, in our community, in America. They're a group of men who decided, I'm good on this whole American way of dating and all of that because I've learned something different. And I think a lot of black men don't know any better. A lot of black men in the inner city, and even if they've gone to college and stuff, they haven't traveled outside of these American walls or borders. And so they don't understand what culture is. Now, even though in college and high school, they taught us about sociology. Sociology is the study of groups, right? Study of cultural norms, mores, folkways. And what has happened in America, as well as other westernized countries, and England, Britain, Germany, all of that, well, they have this feminist thing that's going on, which has really zapped the femininity out of a lot of women. And if you go with the natural order things, if you believe in God and the natural order things, there's supposed to be masculine men and feminine women. Feminine is not only just her behavior, but it's a spirit in a woman. A lot of the women today have traded in their feminine spirit, come on somebody, for that of, 5 pieces of silver, promotion on the job, master's degree, PhDs, to be CEOs, and all this stuff. Everyone knows that women working all day long in these jobs and all this stuff, that zaps their womanhood, their femininity. Yeah, they still operate as women. They have monthly periods. They're able to give birth, but they're not. The essence of their womanhood is not there anymore for so many women, but the essence of man continues. A lot of men who are still within their essence as a man, they understand that I don't have to be treated like this. And then when they go over to these other cultures, and I'm about to say this cuss word, patriarchy. Patriarchal or men-led and men, I guess, ruled countries, the women behave differently. And I'm about to say something else that people don't like to say, or women just lose their breath or go aghast. How dare you? Women they know their place. And for the men who know their place, they're turned off by these women who've stepped outside of their place. Come on, somebody. But even then, with the discovery and awareness, this new awareness of these particular group of young men, black men, I've also observed a lot of these guys have good jobs. A lot of them, most of them. Now, all of them fit and trim and all that? No. But a lot of them are. And they push fitness. They push self-awareness. They push self-respect. They push self-dignity. They push education. So what's wrong with that? They have a lot of women's groups and women gurus. Girl, love yourself. Love who you are. Be the best person. Be the best version of yourself. And we just think that's awesome. But when that same treatment is pushed towards boys, black boys and men, they're like, wait a minute. Y'all trying to free somebody? It's almost like people are getting offended or upset that the key to happiness is being handed to black men. Because we've been trained that the only woman in the world is the American black woman. Again, y'all hear what I said? American black women. Or American women, period. A lot of men in America, because, you put race on, all of a sudden black women start inserting themselves. That's right, they hating on black women. They bashing black women. No. So we're going to keep it cultural. Y'all go define culture. See, American culture is a lot different from other cultures. Y'all want to call them second world countries, third world countries, whatever. Still, the cultures are different. And I think that's why these men are traveling. And they're encouraging other men to get your passport. And according to Austin, the latest rising star in the passport movement, Austin Holloman, it's that bad. I love that dude. He makes me laugh. But he has a very point. It's that bad. It gets no better than that, guys. Peace to Austin, man. The young guys have a young man that they can look up to. Because usually a lot of us are over 50, old guys telling young guys, which is the proper order, but I think is reciprocated or received better. That's the word. When it's coming from someone who believes that he or she is of their ilk or of their age group, they can hear the message better. And no one delivers it better than this young 23-year-old brother who's a master barber, who does what he referred to as luxury haircuts. Even though I'm twisting up around here, Austin, may find you, brother, because I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area too. May find just to get a line. Now, I hope your lines don't cost $30. Edge ups don't cost $30, bro. I know you be doing it on your page. I'm just tickled, but respectful of what you're doing. And so I just find it amazing. And you respect the women because, see, the women in American culture, because they never said race, they never said this, they said American women. Now, some of them probably let it slip out their mouth. I'm tired of dealing with black men. And I know they have because I've heard them say that. But what Austin and the Passport brothers are talking about, and even a lot of the MGTOW brothers are talking about, they're saying men going their own way. They're just saying women, period. Because the assumption is that most black men do date black women, so they can't help but say black women. But there are black men who date all kinds of women, and they're even saying, damn, these American women. American as in the culture. I want y'all to repeat that, culture. But then, well, anyway, culture, because the cultures are differently. I just put a post on this page when I went to Acapulco for the first time. I left the country for the first time at age 24, 25. And I was on the part of what's called Travel Studies Abroad program at Grambling State University. Shout out to the late, great Dr. Charles Brooks, who was over the Department of Foreign Languages, English and Foreign Languages department at Grambling State University in the 90s. In the 80s and 90s, rather, I guess. So I signed up for that trip because I needed 12 hours. I could get, of my 12 hours that are required for me to graduate, I could get, I think, 6 of them if I went to the Mexico trip. So I went to Mexico, and I'm going to tell you, we stayed the first 2.5, 3 weeks in Saltillo. So a lot of what we saw, the stereotypical white-looking, blonde-haired, light-colored eyes Mexicans, because that's all we were used to at that time for me on TV. Even Telemundo and all the other little Mexican telenovela, all that stuff had white Mexicans. White people just speaking Spanish, they're called Spaniards, I guess. But then when I went to Saltillo, I started saying, I saw the tan ones too, but then after that, we left and went to Mexico City. In Mexico City, I started seeing the skin tones darken. But I did make a point in Saltillo, Mexico. We went to classes, right? We went to on this college campus called Universidad Autónoma in Saltillo. And I remember her. She's a very nice, blonde, Mexican white lady with red lips and red cheeks. She had a little blush on. And I share with her an observation from walking around and driving around and touring around the city of Saltillo. I said, I'll say it in English. I said to her, I noticed that the white Mexicans are the students and the professionals, and they seem to be living a little better than the darker skinned or brown or darker skinned Mexicans here in Saltillo. They're like homeless or the laborers, outside eating their lunch over a fire as they're putting down a sidewalk or putting a roof on a house. And so my Dr. Brooks translated to our instructor what I said. And Nino Blanco, you want to hear the funniest thing. Hear a southern person from the South speak Spanish. And ondos or needles. But he knew Spanish and French. And he was a very southern black man with a PhD. Very learned man. Shout out to Dr. Brooks. But so she said, oh no racismo. And so I'm like, yeah, right. But that's what I saw. That's what I observed. And so, but as we went to Mexico City, saw that dam. We spent overnight riding the train, 6 hours or so to Acapulco. When we arrived in Acapulco, that's when I started saying Afro-Mexican, or what we refer to them as Afro-Mexicans or African, with the jet black, curly hair, the dark skin. Some of them had full noses and lips. And I left the resort to go look around. I'm like, wow, we've been lied to. We've been lied to as a country. Because American media, even Hispanic or Latin American media and movies only show the white ones. So white supremacy is global. And even some of the pictures when these guys say they're going to Colombia and of course, in Brazil, they want to say the women are beautiful, but they only show the women who look like Jennifer Lopez. I know if Brazil has a population of damn near 7% of Africans or blacks there, well, how come you never see these? How come you rarely see the reflection of these women in some of these travel brothers and passport brothers pictures? Now, don't get upset. I know you have your preference. Because some of you probably like light and Mexican chicks when you're here in America. So I don't expect that to change. But as y'all can see the pictures when you go to my page, Rico is so opinionated. You'll see the kind of women I like. I like them dark brown, fudge, pitch puff of smoke, little curves, miniature little curves. I like petite with meat. And so if you see those pictures back then, but I want to share this with Brother Austin and those other men. There was something before all this passport stuff, before even Kevin Samuels, before I felt this, what guys have been talking about and what Kevin Samuels talked about for like 3 years. I felt that. When I met those ladies, one of them was the one in the shorts, if you look on the picture. Man, she was like the waitress, but I like chopped it up with her in the very small Spanish that I knew. And I'm like, damn, she's really nice and just girly and soft. And I took a picture. I tried to squeeze into my body. Come on, somebody. And then after that, I was just walking around on the beach, and I saw Cutie Pie. And she had a little sister, but I cropped her little sister out the picture. With these little cut off little jeans, those little brown, succulent young thighs. And she was 18. Y'all cut it out. And cute smile, and we just talked, and whatever parts of Spanish I knew, we were able to communicate about an hour and a half or 2 hours. Just sitting there on the beach, me and her, and I like, man, before I had to leave, I was like, man, we just sitting there just vibing, and I'm telling y'all, I felt like I felt the weight of the world. When I left America, I felt the weight of the world off of my body. Now, this is decades before Passport Brothers, Black Men Travel, before Kevin Samuels, before all of this. Because when I hear y'all talk, that's how I felt. I felt just like shit on the beach of Acapulco. And Acapulco is in the state of Guerrero, just above Veracruz, and just above that little area of Mexico where those African Mexicans are. And Mexico in itself, in the last 2 years, just recognized the black Mexicans as actually being citizens of Mexico. Now, Rico, what's that guy doing anything? I'm talking to y'all now. I'm just talking. And so, when me talking to that young lady and just feeling her energy, her feminine and sweet, just very nice energy, even with that slight language barrier, I felt different. I realized that's who I am. I am a nice guy. I like to feel gooey. I like that. It's like my masculine met her feminine, and it was just really nice. And I did, and I wrote in my article, I said, man, if I could have, smuggled her in my luggage to bring her back with me to America, I would have been set. And we kept in touch through letters over the years, like from 95 to about 97 or something like that. Maybe a little longer, just a little longer, but I can't find those letters. I don't even have the pictures that she sent me. But I regret not learning Spanish even back then. And now the language to meet some of our people where they are is Portuguese. And I remember in high school and junior high school, why I need to learn French? Why I need to learn Spanish? Well, because our people are global. Black people are global. If you're interested in dating black people, not mixed people, but black people, if you're interested. But you can, if you like mixed chicks, hey, they're global as well. And I appreciate you brothers out there, if you refer to mixed chick as black, because they're not black. No, they're not. They're Spaniards. Spaniards are Caucasian, so that's why the skin is light, and that's why they look the way they look, because they're mixed. Not to say that they're less or anything, and I hope you don't think they're better. It says they're mixed, and it's okay. But I learned from history books and watching documentaries and then my own experience that African people were dropped off everywhere. We're global. And so I would tell every young person, every young man, learn Spanish, learn French, learn Portuguese, if you can. Because if you want to get away from the American culture of women, where black women are everywhere, but meaning under another culture. Got it? Because I don't think guys are saying they don't like black women, but their language is broadening. Their language is indeed broadening. They're saying American women. Because I think brothers, when they go out, they find the beautiful cinnamon and brown and dark skinned Colombian woman, Brazilian, Costa Rican, where'd my man go? Belizean woman. My man, he went down to Belize and got him a cute little cup of hot cocoa. Whew. Shout out to my man Dwayne. And he's been changed. He's never trying to look back. But But he's part, this new generation of brothers. He said, Rico, come down to Belize, man. Hey, I had a buddy of mine who invited me to come to Costa Rica and all that stuff a long time ago. Shout out to Attorney Dennis Sperling. So I'm probably the Rico come lately. It's been a while since I've traveled. I think 3 years ago I went to Jamaica, and 2 years before that I went to Cancun, and I went out. It was cool, but there's something about those Caribbean kind of joints. It's just different. And I felt the difference. I felt a weight off. And one night I didn't feel like a black dude. I just felt like a man. And it was just different. And what is very smart about this group of young men, the Travel Brothers, the Black Men Travel, Austin and his crew, Passport Brothers, is that they understand. They're not saying that they hate America. They never saying that. They're not saying that, and that's what they mean at all. They're saying that, hey, America is a superpower. Earn your money here. Because you can make all the money here. And learn to become global in your earning. Meaning hit that internet. I am a counselor therapist. I'm working on right now where I can get counselors through telehealth or through virtual. That is what's going to be my saving grace. And I'm going to transition my therapy and my counseling, however, to that of the internet. Because if you're global through internet, you can live anywhere, make all your money in America. Because the money, it transitions over. You go to Mexico and Latin country, you're talking about pesos. A lot of times it's like 10 times to $1, 20 times. And I'm understanding in parts of Africa, the money more than quadruples, just more valuable. And so make your money here. And also things are a lot more economical. So, but anyway, I want to know what's with the hate? Because y'all dudes out here, I understand why because the women, they want to be able to control black men. Dizon, what's up? They want to be able to control black men. Because they always feel like they own us. It's been like that, especially in the last 45 years when women have been mainly in charge of the community, systematically and funded and everything. But also, the men, is it out of jealousy, or do y'all have passports, or are y'all trying to become bodega brothers and stick up for women who don't even pay you any attention? Don't become a bodega brother, please. Y'all know when I say bodega brother, a brother got stabbed in the neck for trying to stick up for a ratchet chick who wrote a check that his ass couldn't cash, and now he's not here with us. He wasn't even 30 years old. He didn't make it. He wasn't even 25. So, what is it, bro? You other guys, you guys are supposed to be so enlightened, but y'all are attacking these dudes, calling them lame, and saying they're going there just to get sex, and they can't meet no woman here. They ain't got no conversation, so they have to go. Who cares? Are y'all that dense? Y'all don't think every man has ever traveled to any country and then go there to get no pussy? That's one of the top reasons. That's one of the top reasons why men. Hold on a second. Oh. That's one of the top reasons. Hold on one second. Dizon, what's up? He said, bro, I'm feeling everything you're saying. What's good, bro? Graham fam. And so, it's like, that doesn't make sense. Hell, I was trying to work my mojo when I was in Jamaica and Cancun. And if I had a little more Spanish and I was able to stay just a little while longer in Acapulco, little mama would have got it too. But also, it's about broadening one's thinking and horizon. Dizon says, my next trip is to Africa, and I'm doing my research now. Right on, brother. You picked the country yet? And we got some brothers I was listening to on the Austins live. We got some brothers who's been to Namibia. I was wondering when they were going to start mentioning African countries, and I'm glad. And so that is weird for anybody to think that, well, dudes are going over there, they're just going over to get some pussy. So what? So what? They'll let you know they're not gay. For those who want to call them lame. So what? And this weird thing how black men are taught in this country under black matriarchy, under black women. Y'all are taught through movies and television shows and social media that love has to be difficult. No, it doesn't. That's for dumbasses. Love does not have to struggle. It does not have to be difficult. That's American culture. In other cultures, I don't think it's that different. I don't think it's difficult. He said, not yet, but somewhere in South Africa, cool. You must send pictures, brother, when you do it. You know, and it's like we got faceless guys attacking these dudes. Hey, Nina. Attacking these brothers. That's right. When you go on vacation or you go there to live, you go there to understand who the people are. You go and sightsee culture. And if you're a man, particularly because I'm talking to men, yeah, you want to knock down a cute little Colombian. Yeah, you want to knock down a cute little Brazilian. Yeah, you want to knock down a sexy little Southern Mexican chick or an African female, whatever continent you go to. Goddamn right you want to go there. I mean, that's the dumbest argument. They're going there just to get some pussy. Who doesn't? Every man of every race has gone everywhere and screwed. But the thought of black men going to other countries to get some sex, all of a sudden there's some kind of lower beings? Well, what planet do y'all live on? Hey, a lot of y'all go to Vegas to get some pussy. A lot of y'all go to Atlanta to get some pussy. Be careful, because a lot of y'all getting some pussy when you go to Atlanta. But shh, keep that on the hush, right? Get out of here. These people are stupid. Yeah, they're going there for the holistic experience. They're going there to see the sights. They're going there to hit the clubs. They're going there to enjoy the women. And when a lot of these passport brothers, black men travel, and men going their own way, what have you, they're also going there because some of the maturity and the age, look, I want a wife. And a lot of women under the American culture are not wife material because they understand what their manhood is. When you brothers understand your manhood, you'll know your worth. And women literally supposed to be kissing your ass. But instead, in American culture, we're taught to kiss little girls' ass. We're taught when teenage boys to kiss their ass. And then we're grown, we spend our whole lives kissing women who a lot of them are spiritually, physically, economically, intellectually way less than us. Because we've tied that into having sex. We put these women on pedestals. Tommy Sotomayor came up he came up with the word simp. Someone idolizing mediocre pussy, meaning putting less than pussy on a pedestal. Shout out to Tommy Sotomayor. And so a lot of people use the word simp because of that, brother. And we got a lot of black men, American men, who are plumb simps. And they're losing their lives. They're going sexless or they're going crazy. And also, I want to throw in a little my experience as a social worker and a mental health counselor, substance abuse counselor, right? Y'all never thought about when I just told y'all, when I got a chance to go to Mexico and go down to Acapulco, when I was saying how it made me feel and how parts of me was just allowed to run free as a man and my thoughts. And I told y'all I like being a nice man to women. I like being this. I didn't feel my vulnerability at that moment. It didn't feel threatened. I wasn't thinking about whether she's gonna take it and use it against me or try to make an ass out of me. I didn't feel any of that. That's called practicing good mental health. A lot of y'all don't want black men. You say you want black men to go to therapy, but you're lying, because if they go to therapy, they're gonna find out about you and stop fooling with you. Just like we send women who get battered by their boyfriends to counseling. Why do we want them to go to counseling or battered women's groups? So they can get past that mindset that keeps them going back to that brutality. So y'all keep telling black men to go to therapy, but when they go to therapy, they're going to get away from you. And a lot of women, period, not just black women, but a lot of American women, you need therapy. If they go to therapy, they're going to come out not fooling with you. So look, I know the games. Just like when you put someone in prison, do you leave the key by the door? Hell no. What you'll do is really cruel. You even hang the key up on the wall that's like 5 cells down where they know you'll never be able to grab it. And that's how it is for a lot of men in America. The coochie is the carrot. That's the key hanging on the wall. They make it so out of reach. A lot of guys are like, you know what? I'm not going to act like that because pussy come by the pound. And guess what? It comes by more pounds over in other countries and other cultures. So I want these guys to continue what they're doing because a lot of them are smiling, a lot of them look happy. That means they're practicing good mental health. And when they're encouraging these guys to get in good physical health, lose the weight, guys. Go and hit the gym, hit the weights, eat differently, cut down on the drinking, and travel abroad, man, into much as your heart desires, and find that feminine woman who appreciates the masculinity in you. Y'all stop hating on these travel brothers. Leave them alone. But still, I want that question to you guys who got so many smart comments about these dudes. I want to know why you feel the need. What threatens you about these guys? They don't bother nobody. They just get their passports. They meet in their Facebook groups, and they go on. They try to be about their business, but y'all intrude on them, and then you criticize them. It's like people who say, I want this video taken down. I want this YouTube channel struck. Don't you know you have to log on to people's stuff, search them, then click on it? But you do that to get offended? Who does that? Unless you're mentally insane. Because any videos, any posts I don't like, I just ride past them. Now, if I comment on them, that means I'm prepared for what's to come. But if I don't comment, that means like I'm not going to even deal with it. So it's weird. And let me tell you something, and I'm going to close by saying this. And this is what I've observed. These guys who are MGTOW, men going their own way, meaning I'm not even going to fool with these chicks. You got the black men who travel, passport brothers, and you got Austin Holloman, a young man who's telling men, get your passport. Damn these American women, it's that bad. Austin is telling them, don't even waste your time. Don't even have sex with these folks. Hold what you got till you get to Brazil, till you get to Colombia, Costa Rica, till you get to your African country. Hold what you got. What he's saying to these men, what a lot of American men lack, that is dick discipline. See, y'all not paying attention to the messages. Y'all so trying to get likes and be so insulting in your response to what these guys are doing that you're not paying attention to the varying healthy messages that they're putting out to other men. And just like everyone has the right to have an opinion, everyone has the right to have a group. They have a group. They're a group of men who agree with them, and so they go with that group. So I don't understand, what laws are they breaking? What households are they taking money out of? But what I have noticed, what I have observed is you men and women who are attacking these men with such feverish aggression and ugliness. Y'all don't spend now even a fingernail full of that energy attacking black men who actually hurt our race. You don't. No, you don't. You're a liar if you say you do. I don't see no Facebook posts. I don't see any YouTube videos. I don't see any Facebook videos where you going in on these funk-ass black rappers, these stankin'-ass black gang members, these disgusting black dope dealers. You don't. You know why? Because the passport brothers are not bothering you. So someone's not bothering you, it's easy. It's easy to attack them. They're not bothering anybody. They're getting their own little commune, their own group. And it's growing every day because other men are waking up. They're understanding their message and they're waking up. I don't have to be in the American culture to marry, to reproduce, or anything. I can go somewhere else. And then even some of them mention even the child support laws here. They don't have child support laws in other countries. And then some people refer to me as a lot of bums are going on over there. How many bums do you know that have $1,100, $700, $400 for a ticket to fly out? How many bums do y'all know that actually travel? Y'all just saying anything. Y'all give these dudes their props. A lot of them are educated. They're in fields of employment. A lot of them are in STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. They may not be what y'all consider swagged out or have the street swagger or the black swagger that y'all think these black men are supposed to have. But obviously, they understand that, look, I'm not a part. I'm looked at as the Steve Urkel in my race, and so I can go where other people value the Steve Urkel types. So what is the problem? It's amazing. So, but anyway, y'all got three groups of black men that y'all need to talk about, but you don't even talk about them. They're these three, the stinking ass black rapper, the fuck ass black drug dealer, and the loser ass, say black drug dealer, black rapper, black gang member. These are the three roaches in our race. These are the three groups of cancers in our race of black men that y'all don't even talk about. So that's why I know y'all are disingenuous and you're just jealous of these cats. Do I agree with everything they're doing? Well, I don't know what there's really to disagree with except for some hint of colorism, but that's a preference too. But other than that, I agree with those cats. You can go and find happiness. We always say, go where you're taught, where we celebrate and not tolerate it. Go and pursue your happiness. That's all these guys are doing, and is what we say every day. Leave these cats alone. When they start kicking in your doors, breaking in your houses, robbing your places of business, throwing up a bunch of signs that's trying to intimidate people, having shootouts in the parks where your little black children play, then I get on the Travel Brothers' asses. Then I get on the Passport Brothers' asses. Then I get on Austin Holloman's ass. I'll even get on Kevin Samuels. But none of these guys are doing any of that. They're not. So anyway, y'all go ahead and keep hating on these cats, because all you do is making them stronger. Y'all be cool. This Rico the Opinionist I'm on, but this is my Rico is so opinionated page. Hit my Cash App. Hit my Cash App. My PayPal. Fool with me if you're cool with me. Y'all check out my YouTube channel. Talk to y'all later. Peace.